Hi, it's me again with Corel tips and tricks. After a couple emails back and forth, I finally figured out what he wants to do. He wants to do this. It's on a bigger scale with some other stuff in it, but he'd seen this curvature of this inside line. So I just took the bull by the horn and just did it. And what we're going to do, this is basically pretty easy. Let's make an ellipse, hit P, put it in the center of the page, Control D to make a duplicate to make our area to write in. I'm going to take a 2-point line and hit P. I'm going to rotate it 45 degrees. I'm going to Control D and I'm going to mirror it. So here's what we got, our writing area. Now I think I've got my nudge factor set on. This thing is 16 inches. It's huge. So let's make our nudge factor 20. And let's take the Smart Fill tool and fill that in. Now I'm going to left click, right click. I'm going to go to effects and I'm contouring a 1/2 inch. Now I'm going to go up to object and break the contour apart. Whoop. That's what happens when you keep the Smart Fill on. Now I'm going to take this and move it over. But I need to put my wordage in there, and I just picked Austin, Texas. Let's do it. Epilogue, like Epilogue lasers. You know what? Let's do all caps. And let's kind of bring it down here. Now, the easiest thing to do would be to break some lines apart, because it's going to flip it when it comes to this, because of the fact that we look at this under the arrows are going this way, and it might or might not work. So let's take our text, go up to text and text the path, and see, it wants to put it on that line, but it flips it here. But at least I'm going to put it in the middle there. And then I'm going to mirror it both directions. Now it's really kind of messed up that L. I don't like that. Let's try it another way. Let's back up here. Let's do it the way I would probably do it. Let's take this and let's select that node and shift select that node. Well, you know what? I want a copy of it first. So let's make a duplicate of it and move it back over there. Then I'm going to take this one with I think I could probably delete these nodes. Yep. I'm going to take the bottom 2 nodes and I'm going to right click and I'm going to break it apart. By doing that, this might or might not do any difference. I can break that and now I just have that line, which is our text to path. Let's see if it's going in the right direction. And it is, right to left. So let's take our text, go up to text, text to path, and the L and the I's just still don't look perfect. Now we want it off there, and we could take it right now, and this one moves it left or right, this one moves it up. So let's move it up, and then we're going to have to move it back. And this would be very beneficial to bring this back in, so we kind of see where we're at. It's not going to just, I think I'm still off. I am. So now I'm going to go up still a little bit more, about the middle, and then I can rotate this back. And you could just eyeball it, or you could bring in indexing lines, and let's put at the top of the G. Well, turn your indexing lines on, then grab your text again and rotate it just a little bit more, where the G and the E are equal. Okay, now we have this thing. We can actually move them both together. And we're going to grab this, and I'm going to get rid of these 2 nodes. That way I can select all these nodes. Then I'm going to go to Windows, Dockers, and Corners. And look at that, I already got it set on a 1/2 inch. And I think that's good. And then all you have to do is take your Smart Fill tool. Remember the extra line, we want to take it out. Whoop, got to break the text, go up to object and break the text apart, because it was still on that line. That looks pretty good. Let me take away the indexing line, and let's take the Smart Fill tool and fill that in. That's pretty special. It still looks like it needs to be rotated. It's a little bit off here, but he's got the idea now. We've already, you know what? Let's do that. Let's put that back where we still have our, no, I broke the text apart. Here we go. And let's go ahead and fill this in, and it's going to kind of give us a better feel. But if we click on our text, we still got this, and we can rotate it back a little bit. And you kind of get a better idea of what it, you could actually measure. It'd probably be easier to measure without it filled in, but we can go back from the center to that G. It's 273 from about the edge of that. See, we're 282. We're a little bit still off, and it might or might not stay there. Yeah. Well, that one. So put it back. There we go. We're 273, 274. And then delete this. And you could also, I wasn't even thinking about this, you could grab this, and that's the middle. You could let's turn our indexing line back on, and we could bring an indexing line to that. And then after we break our text, well, look, our text is right in the middle, but we're going to go to Object and break text apart, and then we'll click on our text, and it's really close. Now you could move it by hand by taking your nudge factor 0.01 and take your text. The shape's not going to really matter. I like that idea. I'd never had thought about doing that before. If you had one up top, or this is like the bottom of a logo for them. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit, and thank you for watching.